That's most important, is believe in yourself so that people will believe in you. So that I think that is the best quote that we can give to women who thinks na hindi nila kaya. So believe in yourself, and Boost Manila will also believe in you. So
Wow. And I thank you. Dapat sasabihin mo. Good morning mga ka-partners. This is Aris Aquino from Boost Manila and welcome to another edition of Sulong Negosyo Web Series. Kung saan dito sa Sulong Negosyo, tayong mga MSME ang bida. Now, this is brought to you by Boost Manila or Boost MNL Tech, and I am your host for today. So, Sulong Negosyo is our way of giving back and supporting ang ating mga kapwa micro, small, and medium enterprises or businesses. And again, thank you po sa ating mga viewers who are tuned in this morning. We are live on Zoom and Facebook. So I hope everyone is doing okay, especially po na nalasa po ang bagyong Ulysses. So karamihan po sa atin sa Metro Manila and Northern Luzon, actually buong Luzon po yata is affected po ng bagyong Ulysses. So I hope you're doing okay po and lahat is doing safe and wala na pong problema sa electricity and sa internet. And bago po tayo magsimula, some great news for you. So let me just share my screen. Ayan, so reminder lang po to follow us on our social media pages. Over at Facebook, we are Sulong Negosyo PH. That's our Facebook group. And our Facebook and Instagram for our company naman, that's Boost MNL Tech. And you can also view the previous episodes of our webinar series over at YouTube. That's Boost MNL. And also for LinkedIn naman, if you have a LinkedIn profile or account, you can follow us at Boost MNL also. And for today, we will be talking to our beautiful resource speaker. Maya-maya, nandiyan na po siya sa ating Zoom. Makakausap po natin siya mamaya-maya. She will be discussing how to be a successful online entrepreneur. She's actually a women empowerment and advocate and entrepreneur. And then, by next week po, invite ko na rin po kayo sa ating mga future episodes. Now, we will have our tambayan for episode 5 next week, where we will have our Q&A session on setting up and running your own business. And this is at 2 p.m. So ayan, mag-feature po tayo ng ating mga special guest entrepreneurs. So I hope you can join us next Friday also at 2 p.m. Request yan ng ating mga guests, ay ng ating mga attendees na check naman natin, ibahin natin yung schedule. Masyado yata maaga ang 10 o'clock para sa ibang mga attendees. Ayan. So, also, episode 6, that's designed with Canva. So this is a very limited invitation. We only have around 100. So I will be sending out the invite later on para at least makapag-join po kayo kung paano mag-create ng stunning marketing visuals using Canva. And this webinar series will be provided by the Canva team themselves. So this is a very rare opportunity na nakipag-partner tayo sa kanila. Right? And also, is your business on GCash? So Boost Manila is now officially a GCash partner. So get your own GCash merchant account at no cost while enjoying exclusive deals. So if you have any questions or if you have any inquiries, you can email us at sales@boostmnl.com for further details. And lastly, if you are a service provider in the Bonifacio Global City area, we are looking for service providers covering the BGC area. So you reach your target BGC residents by being our apps partner. We will be launching our mobile app for Boost MNL. So I hope yung ating pong mga service providers dyan sa BGC, you can email us at sales@boostmnl.com for details. So I think that would be the end of my invitation. So kamusta? Kamustahin lang natin yung mga nasa Zoom, no, at saka sa Facebook. Kamusta kaya ang ating mga students from Caloocan, University of Caloocan City, mga marketing students? I hope you are doing great naman and you're listening, guys. All right, so I think we're excited. Maraming excited, especially na nasa Zoom at saka Facebook. Alam ko nga excited kayo sa ating guest resource speaker for today. But before that, let me read an introduction for her. All right? Ayan. So Denise Cornejo is a former Senior Vice President of Artificial Intelligence e-health and wellness entrepreneur, and an award-winning youth leader. Now, a well-known women rights advocate, the recipient of a Lifetime Achievement Awardee as Phenomenal Woman. She is the founder of the Association of Women's Rights Advocates and is currently the Miss Earth Saver 2019. Now, to achieve her cause of women empowerment, Denise founded the Association of Women's Rights Advocates, or AURA, an organization whose goal is to support the government in implementing the rules and regulations in order to further strengthen and promote the welfare of the most vulnerable sectors of our society, the women, the PWDs, and the children. Now, a woman herself, Denise values the importance of seeing to it that a strong and reliable support system is readily available for women. Now, Denise is also a champion for the environment, hence her Miss Earth Saver Philippines 2019 crown. She was appointed also as the Vice President for Environmental Sector by President Lau of UCPB. And last 2017, she once served the head youth delegate of Tayo Kalikasan, a program initiated by Department of Environment and Natural Resources. And she subscribes to the idea that reducing waste not only decreases our environmental footprint. Yan. Also, her philosophy as both a woman and as an entrepreneur is that God should be the center of every goal she wishes to pursue. Now, interestingly, she also believes that a woman who knows how to wear high heels also knows what she stands for. Wow, okay na. And finally, she believes in the idea that if one wants to be successful, one should know how to master his or own strength and SWOT self-analysis. And needless to say, Denise is a woman of true grit and substance. Indeed, there's so much more to this woman than meets the eye. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming our special guest for today, Miss Denise Cornejo.
Ay, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Sobrang aga po ng ating interview.
Sobrang aga ba?
Kasi most mga webinars, usually mga hapon or gabi.
Yes.
But it's very nice to start a positive mindset, especially when it comes to whether it's business, education, or whatever career. You know, it's better to fill your energy with positive information. So it's a nice time to start now.
All right. So Denise, kumusta ka naman? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and thank you for this opportunity, first and foremost. Also, I really like despite of everything, we're, striving to be productive and helpful to other people. And by through this, we can connect and communicate with, whether it's strangers or loved ones and new people that we're going to meet.
Okay. So Denise, ano pinagkakabalahan mo ngayong pandemic? Kasi syempre, wala tayong mga projects, wala tayong, alam mo yun, yung mga business na physical, minsan hindi natin nagagawa. So ikaw, ano pinagkakabisihan mo this pandemic?
Alam mo, napaka-challenging ng pandemic, no? Especially ngayong webinar. Pag may webinar, usually ang pag-uusapan talaga kung ano about pandemic. At kung ano yung mga ginagawa sa bahay. Sa akin naman, ano yung pinaka-challenge? Kasi usually nakikita nila ako, lagi ako nasa labas, lagi gusto ko, lagi akong merong ginagawa. Hindi pa rin naman nagbago. Yun pa rin naman, Aris. Medyo naging challenging lang ngayon kasi nga we have to communicate via Zoom, via Messenger. But ang kagandahan lang dito is lalo tayong nagiging innovative and naging strategic. Kasi pag physical, mas madali eh. Pero ngayon, you have to be, hindi lang kailangan mo ingatan din yung time management mo and of course your health. So the things that I'm busy right now mostly is my, of course, my advocacy, a lot of webinars, projects, invitations, my vitamins, which is from Brazil. It's called Camu Camu. And also, I'm part of the exclusive distributorship of, what's this? Hypochlorous acid. So it's better than the alcohol because it can heal the wounds, and it's same as alcohol, but it has more benefits. What else? I'm very excited for the Women's Month because it's VAUC month, so I'll be partnering with some of the agencies, And also, I'm campaigning for this face mask with onion strip. So I put the technology on it. So far, those are the things that I am looking forward and hopefully happen before this year ends.
Grabe, sobrang busy ka pa rin. With or without pandemic, ganun pa rin yung activities mo, Denise. Sobrang busy ka pa rin.
I mean, I don't want to use the busy. Maybe we productive siguro.
Productive. Very good. Productive. Ayan, sige. Interested naman ako kasi puro trabaho yung binanggit mo. Ano naman yung ginagawa mo kapag hindi ka nagtatrabaho? Nanonood ka ba ng Netflix? Ano mo yun? Nasa YouTube ka ba? Nasa social media ka ba? What do you do during mga downtimes mo, yung mga hobbies mo?
Hindi ako ma-Netflix na tao. Kasi every time I watch a Netflix, parang feeling ko, ma-identify ko na kung ano yung ending. So, sometimes it bores me sometimes. Pero, Netflix is good. Sometimes nakanood ako kasi nakakuha ko ng mga life learning, and of course, namomotivate yung passion ko kasi marami tayong iba-ibang klase ng movies sa Netflix. Exercise. I do exercise sa bahay, stretching, mga ganyan. Art, I as much as possible, nagsisave ako ng mga mood board or yung mga pegs na gusto kong gawin for artwork. So, yun, whether it's painting, sculptures, so far, yun, I'm homebody naman, so hindi siya shocking yung ganitong culture sa akin.
Grabe. Natutulog ka pa naman kasi sobrang productive eh. Kahit yung hobbies mo, kahit yung downtime mo, sobrang productive pa rin eh.
Actually, sobrang hirap ngayon kasi unlike before, you have yung body clock mo.
Mm-hmm.
May body clock ka talaga. Unlike now, parang you can wake up anytime. Like, you can, minsan na lang, may tatawag na lang sa'yo. So, I have all the time to sleep kasi work from home naman. At the same time, if you do online business, you have all the time. So, yung tulog naman sa akin, actually, minsan sobrang na yung tulog ko eh. So far, yun ang minsan problema pag ganitong mga pandemic.
Mas masarap matulog, no? Lalo na noong mga panahon na medyo umuulan, mas masarap matulog. And of course, magdi-December na, so medyo lumalamig na rin yung climate. Alright, so Denise, aside from being a personality, a celebrity, you have advocacies, no? And before everything else, you are a businesswoman, tama ba?
Yes.
So, alam ko you started very young. So, can you share us a story kung paano ka nagsimula? Alam ko bata ka pa lang nagbebenta ka or nagiging entrepreneur ka na. Can you shed some story about that?
Of course, it's very exciting to share it with, especially we have students listening right now.
Correct.
Young professionals who we have right now. I think, sobrang tagal kasi hindi naman parang nagre-reminisce ako.
Nagre-reminisce ka bigla, no? Kailan ba yun? I think you mentioned 10 years, right? I saw up your post, parang 10 years ago you started.
Well, I started, siguro kasi my parents are not entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
My parents are working abroad, and they have a good position. They're really hardworking, and I truly admire their passion and their work and their professionalism. So I started really young, getting mature, the young age of 14 or 15, I think. So I was able to manage the house. So ako lahat and everything. At marami ako natutunan sa mga tita ko. Pero isa lang hindi ko talaga hindi ko maintindihan. Yung magulang ko hindi sila entrepreneur. So sabi ko, if I will finish my college and then magiging empleyado lang din ako, which is wala namang masama, sabi ko parang it's not gonna be challenging kasi naprepredict ko kung ano mangyayari sa akin after. And of course, if you have parents na they work abroad and very tawag dito, structured na yung ginagawa nila. So, predictable. So, I started, like, I convinced myself to open a small business, or starting involving myself in entrepreneurship, which is wala talaga akong kalam-alam. Sabi ko, paano kaya ako magsisimula kasi wala naman akong puhunan. So I think I was 17 or 18 or 16, if I can't remember, if I remember it right. During that time, my mom gave me, siguro ang baon ko lang siguro 200 pesos, 300 pesos, ganyan. So sabi ko, paano kaya ako magsisimula? Kasi gusto ko talaga mag-generate ng pera kasi marami akong gustong bilhin. Pero hindi ko naman mabibili kasi lagi sinasabi ng tatay ko, wala ka pang trabaho, so hindi mo pa mabibili yung mga ganyang bagay. Eh, gusto ko talagang bumili ng mga ganun. So what I did, I evaluate myself. What are my resources? Sabi ko, ano ba mga resources ko? Syempre, hindi naman ako pwedeng maging singer. Hindi naman ako pwedeng
Bakit hindi?
Hindi ako kumakanta. Hindi naman, wala naman masama maging dancer, pero hindi naman ako pwedeng mag-audition kasi nag-aaral ako, baka magalit ng mommy ko. So, I check my resources. And sabi ko sa sarili ko, at kailangan hindi masisira yung pag-aaral ko habang nag-negosyo ko nang wala talaga akong alam. And I come up with the idea of contact lens.
Okay.
So that time, ang nagbebenta lang ng mga contact lens that time, I think 11 years ago, ang mga optical shop lang. So wala pa talaga yung mga contact lens na nakikita mo sa internet. So sabi ko, hindi rin ako marunong maglagay. So I started buying one, and then ang hirap-hirap talagang magsuot. So sabi ko, ay, ang ganda pala sa akin. Sabi ko, wala naman akong puhunan. So I started, looking for this manufacturing, ganyan and everything. So ginamit ko yung internet ko, nag-email ako, nag-contact ako, lahat ng pwede kong gawin sa internet. Dati Friendster pa yata yun, or I can't remember, Friendster yata, wala pa yata Facebook noon. So lahat talaga Friendster or papunta na yung Facebook. So wala talaga akong alam. And then what happened was, I have 600 pesos. So, wala talaga akong puhunan. So, yung kaklase ko, yung sinuot ko yung contact lens, sabi ng kaklase ko, ang ganda naman yan, saan mo yan nabili? May grado ba yan and all? So, sabi ko, inisip ko muna kung sasabihin ko sa kanya kung saan ko ba to binili or what. Kasi, kumbaga, may mga bagay kasi na kailangan excited tayo. Ganito, pero inisip ko, o nga pala, ang goal ko, kaya ko pala to binili, is gusto kong experiment magnegosyo. So, ang ginawa ko, sinabi ko, business ko. So, hindi ko alam kung maniniwala siya or what. So, pagka sabi niya, ay talaga, pwede bang bumili? So, nung bumili siya, actually, ang puhunan ko, wala talaga akong puhunan. So, nilakasan ko yung loob ko. So, nagbigay siya sa akin I started 600 pesos. So, 600 pesos ko kinuha yung sabi ko, kailangan ka munang magbayad sa akin para makuha ko yung stocks. Pero during that time, syempre, dahil estudyante kami lahat, so lahat maniniwala sa akin kasi syempre, alam mo, wala ka pa naman mga stocks. So binigay sa akin 600. Pagkatapos ko 600, nanginginig pa ako kasi baka hindi ko mabalik yung pera or what. So yung 600, ang contact lens lang na kinuha ko noon dati is 300 pesos. So from 300 to 600, so nakakuha ko ng 300 pesos. And then, ayun na, tuloy-tuloy na yan hanggang word of mouth na, hanggang marami na hanggang nausap ko na yung, pinag-aralan ko na yung pagkaiba ng kasi there are different kinds of contact lens. We have soft lens, hard lens, for astigmatic, colored contact lens. So, there are different kinds of contact lens. At the same time, nakipag-ibigan ako sa mga optical shops. And then, ayun na, nakilala na ako sa syempre may mga tapings or may mga ibang mga kailangan ng ganitong yung mga colored contact lens, yung mga glow in the dark and all, lahat ng mga movies. So, they started contacting me kasi I started putting things.
Right.
And at that time, wala pa talagang mga ganyan, like yung mga dolly eyes. So, wala pa talaga. I really talked to the owner, the manufacturer, which is a Korean. And then, nakipag-usap ako, MOA agreement ako, which is wala akong kaalam-alam. And then I started there. So pagkatapos ko sa school, diretso ko sa manufacturing or punta ko sa shipping and stuff like that. So, unti-unti, every time meron ako mga invitation, events, lagi talaga ako nagsusuot. Parang yun ang ginamit kong resources. Kasi syempre, pag may business ka, you have to do marketing. Eh, wala naman ako marketing. Wala naman ako marketing team. And the time, I don't know what's really marketing. So, what I can do is just only to market what I have, which is your resource. So, which is my eyes. So, yon. And then, pinasok ko na rin mga graded lens. And then may mga optical shop na pinapayagan na rin ako, binibigyan nila ako ng mga prescription para talagang galing talaga sa... So nagkakaroon ako ng agreement sa optical shop kung saan I will just get commission and I will ship it abroad. So palaki ng palaki, maliit. So may mga na-experience din ako mga ups and downs kasi when you started young, of course, especially like me, I don't have any guidance from my parents. My parents work abroad. So wala talaga akong idea kung ano yung magiging pagsubok ko. So I think doon nagsimula lahat hanggang I open a bank account. And then I bought a logbook kung saan ko ilalagay lahat ng mga accounts ko and everything. I even hired my younger brother who's I think 8-year-old to know the value of money. So I give him 200 pesos every week to calculate everything, ganyan. So, kasi hindi ko na kaya and all. So far, it's good kasi from 600, 300, tapos meron pang time na ang contact lens sa optical shop is 1,200. I'm only getting it 500. So sometimes naman it's 1,200. I mean, sometimes naman 650. I'm only getting it 200. So it become continuous and it's nice kasi you love what you're doing. I evaluate the right track of our source and it's legit. And even though I'm not an optical shop, I was able to have a harmonious relationship with my suppliers and the people who are really in that field. They're professional. So I build a credibility. And when you build the credibility, the money will just be easy for you kasi people knows you, trust you, and believe you. So that's my story for my contact lens. But it stopped because, of course, marami na naglabasan ng mga fakes. And my dad seeing that I'm really making money. Now I could buy things that I like. I'm proud. But he told me, you know what, you will be in danger, you will be in trouble. Marami na nagagayahan, marami na nag-aano. So I started asking myself if it's really worth it, if I'm really doing it because is it worth of money, or should I stop it, or I don't care about other people, masira mata nila or what, or basta makakimita ako ng pera. And that's the time you have to decide if it's really worth of money, worth of time, or worth of your credibility. Because that time, what matters to me is my credibility and my relationship to my clients. So I stopped and then I just gave it to other young entrepreneurs who wanted to make money as well. So nagkaroon ako ng mga resellers without me mentioning. So that's my story.
Okay. I'd like to highlight lang yung thought process mo when you were selecting a product to start with your business kasi sabi mo nga looking within the resources near you, naisip mo hindi ka ayaw mong kumanda, ayaw mong sumayaw, and habang nag-aaral ka pa noon, syempre very limited yung resources mo, no? So what you did is yun nga, since you were I'm not sure kung celebrity ka na ba nung panahon na yun, but I think you were already modeling, right? At syempre, maganda ka na nun. Diba? So I think you used that and at least yung medyo malapit sa iyo since you're fashionable, you're young, and you were beautiful. So ginamit mo yung contact lens na yon para at least mas madaling kumbaga ikaw na mismo yung brand mo, no? Yun yung ginawa mo. That's how you marketed your product. Just very good. Especially, magandang tip yan sa ating mga entrepreneurs, saka dun sa ating especially dun sa mga bata pala na mag-start na. So, you don't necessarily need a very huge amount of capital. Usually nga, nanghihiram pa lang tayo sa mga magulang natin, sa pambaon, diba? And that is how Denise started, no? That's a very good starting point for your business. Now, that's actually yung Fragela, right? Yung sa contact lens, no? Fragela, all right. So, aside from the contact lens, I think you mentioned you also have a fabric business before?
Yes, I do fabric. So after the contact lens, it's because nasa system mo na yung you generate money and
Right.
you want the bigger the opportunity, the bigger the challenge, the bigger satisfaction. So that's become my mindset. We're able to handle complicated decision. Doon ako nagkakaroon ng lalo ko nagiging creative kung ano ba dapat gawin kong next. So syempre ayoko nang makita yung malaman ng mga tao na ba't kaya siya nag-stop or what. Kasi sinunod ko yung dad ko noon eh. Although marami pa rin naman akong kapag nagpunta ako sa mga events or class, so kilala nila ako na I started that brand. So next ko naman is fabric. So okay, I was invited by a designer at sabi na sa akin, can you be style director? I started parang maging fashion director something. Eh, hindi naman ako marunong mag-fashion director kasi yung mga models doon, sobrang mga sikat and that age, it's really not easy for me to direct and to authorize, well-known models. So that time, it was hard for me. Sabi ko, hindi ko po kaya. Okay, mag-stylist ka na lang. Okay, so nag-stylist ako and then the same time that manufacturer ay meron pala siyang mga retail clothes. And then I started learning how able to do retail, kung paano na yung ginagawa and stuff like that. So I ventured myself into the fabric, into the clothing line. And then I started reselling, pieces by pieces, using my talent fee again. And then after that, I started some of the fabrics and then nakakuha ko ng mga ibang mga clients sa ibang bansa like Japan, New Zealand, Dubai, na gusto nilang magkaroon ng also unting negosyo, so especially mga OFW natin or mga starting designers or entrepreneurs sa ibang bansa. Mababa ang meron tayong mga resources dito. Natuto na rin ako ng mga resources dito. We have of course, meron tayong mga public markets or public stores na we can get it for lower price and also yung mga ibang bagsakan. So, inaral ko yung mga ibang mga fabric noon. And then, I started supplying abroad. And then, it generates good money at the same time. And then, that's where I get involved with the fabric and the clothing line. So far, not only clothing line, I also venture into sabi ko, kailangan ko ng mga puhunan kasi ibang mga, hindi na pwede yung parang bibigay ka ng nagbayad and then ibabalik mo yung, ibibigay mo yung, kasi yung iba kailangan meron ka ng reading puhunan. Hindi ko naman ako mag-loan noon. So what I did, of course, I used my whatever talent fee at the same time. Pero hindi ako nag-borrow ng money to relatives or friends. I make sure how I'm going to generate money. What I did, if I remember, nagko-consign ako sa ibang mga stores at the same time kung paano ko mababalik. Tapos mayroong mga time, ganito kung hindi ko maibabalik agad. So, kailangan ko bayaran ng ganito mga price. So, sometimes I earn like 10,000 a week. For, I think, 19-year-old, 10,000 a week, ganyan. Or minsan 5,000 a week, ganyan. So, it was fun. So, I've also ventured into luxury brands like Rolex, Patek, all those brands na pwede ko resell. Tapos may mga kaibigan ako kasi na gusto nilang ibenta yung mga second-hand nila or yung mga hindi nila nagamit or sobrang mura, which you can buy also in abroad. So I started reselling it. So I'm earning like, I think per item, 20,000, 10,000, 30,000. So naging practice sa akin how to be strategic when it comes to handling finance. And the same time, I was able to learn how to negotiate and know your brand, your worth of your brand. Kasi from no name, from no brand, to luxury brand na alam mo yung worth, alam mo yung value, hindi ka lolokohin, hindi ka bababaan yung presyo. So, natututo ka with your experience at the young age and the time. So, syempre, natuto rin akong syempre, you get also mentorship from your clients. So, but then I make sure I learn from it para hindi ako napapahiya, hindi ako nagmumukhang scammer, hindi ako nagmumukhang I just borrowed it, and then kasi credibility when as an entrepreneur is very important because customers is always right. But of course, not customers are always right when it comes to maybe they're too much complain or too much demanding. Of course, you have to handle it with diplomacy. Kailangan nice ka pa rin. And wag ka makikipag-away. Kasi at the same time, ang mga customers natin, ino-observe ka lang kung paano mo i-handle yung mga situation. So, nagiging yung patience mo at yung negotiation skills mo, nangahasa without being employed formally. So, while I'm studying, so that's what I'm doing.
All right. Thank you, Denise, for sharing that story. Before we continue, let me just acknowledge yung ating mga viewers from Zoom. Hello kay Miss Rebecca from Tutoril. Hello then from Nico Magalona from Talipapa, Quezon City. Hello kay Joy, Liesa, kay Michael Bernal, kay Charlotte Celo, kay Jake, and kay Dave Narido. And actually, meron ka ng question, Denise. This is coming from Nico Magalona. Ang question niya is, being an online entrepreneur for a long time, can you cite at least one biggest challenge na face mo in your journey and paano mo siya na-overcome?
I think yung contact lens, kasi I mentioned, nagsimula ako ng very young and I really in handling something na out of my hand kasi it has to be operated by an optical shop or an as a profession, a doctor. It's really challenging for me because what I want is just to generate money looking ahead of my consequence. Nag-send ako ng maraming, I think sa ibang, New Jersey, nagpadala ako ng mga contact lens. And I was so happy kasi syempre may money na ako, I was sleeping. And suddenly, tinawagan ako nung client ko at galit na galit siya kasi wala pa daw yung item. So it has to be 2 weeks, 1 week, kailangan nasa kanya na yun. I use this, I think I just should not mention yung shipment company na ginamit ko, but it's really known. Kasi yun lang naman, it's either post office or yun. Or tatlo. Local, but it's international. So I sent it. And it has also prescription kasi I'll make sure na prescribe siya ng doctor and stuff like that. So pagkadala ko doon, sabi nung company, wala pa daw yung napunta, in-investigate ko. It's big money kasi yung item napunta sa ibang bahay. Nung napunta yun sa ibang bahay, nung nireklamo ko yung company, sabi nila hindi daw nila kasalanan yon at pinuntahan naman ng shipper or yung trucker at sabi wala na daw yung product dun sa siguro mali yung address or nagkamali yung trucker. And since hindi ko alam ang gagawin ko because all I have to do is to bring back the money, nagalit yung client ko at nagpadala siya ng subpoena, idedemanda niya ako and stuff like that. So sobrang kaba ko, binigay ko yung address ng lola ko. Takot ako. So, I was able naman to handle it kasi wala naman choice pag mga ganyan. Minsan nalulugi ka. So, ang ginawa ko na lang ay wrote a letter. Hindi pa ako ganun marunong mag-letter noon kasi natakot nga ako. So, nagpadala na siya ng mga demanda daw ako, ganito, ganyan. Medyo marami yung order sa akin. So, ang ginawa ko na lang, dahil ang hirap daw ng follow-up investigation, so, binalik ko na lang din yung pera. At the same time, ang ginawa ko na lang din, nagpadala na lang ako ng ibang aside from giving back the money, nagpadala na lang ako ng item, pero hindi contact lens. It's a freebie. I can't remember whether it's shoe or a bag or something just to take care of what happened. But yun, nung time na yon, nagbawas na ako ng chances for shipping abroad, especially those that company. So yun yung challenge na hindi ko makakalimutan.
Yeah, thank you. Very yun batang-bata ka pa nun tapos yun na kaagad yung na-experience mo. Especially na mahirap talagang transactions online, and in your case abroad pa, so yung shipping and tracking and logistics medyo mahirap talaga. Alright, maraming salamat sa yung answer sa question ni Nico Magalona. And also alam ko na nag-prepare ka ng presentation for our attendees. So let me just share my screen. Can you see my screen, guys? Can you see my screen, Denise?
Yes, I can. Yeah, I can. Right. So we're going. Can we start?
Yes, please.
All right. So I know we all living in a crazy pandemic right now, and lahat po tayo ay nag-iisip ng mga kung anong pagkakakitaan. Yun yung word, pagkakakitaan. Dahil kahit nasa bahay tayo, pag sinabi natin work from home, hindi pa rin sapat na yung kinikita natin. But at the same time, yung mga iba naman, nakakat yung salary because nga kailangan magbawas ng mga tao because of our health issues and also for our health. So iba, sobrang dami nag-online business. And one thing na kailangan mag-considerate ng mga tao, why is it very, not important, but it's essential to go on online business, because number one, it's global market. When I say global market, hindi lang Philippines ang pwedeng manood sa atin, ibang bansa din. At the same time, wala naman sigurong restrictions pagdating sa extension of marketing. So it's a global market. As I've mentioned before earlier, during the time when I was young, global market, I don't consider myself only doing business in the Philippines, pero tinake ko yung risk at challenge, shipping abroad. So yun. Low cost, syempre low cost kasi wala naman tayo binabayaran ng mga kuryente. At the same time, yung shipping, ang magbabayad lang din naman yung kusining customer natin, so it's low cost. And wala naman tayong office na binabayaran every month. Kaya so create and a perfect process. So, syempre, you have to create a perfect process. What I've mentioned, you have to have a specific business plan kung paano yung step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5 para malaman mo kung paano ba gaano kahalaga at gaano kaganda yung important ng online business for you, because if you notice, I think the Forever 21 declared a news headline, I think last year or 2018 or 2019, na nagko-close na sila because of the online shopping. At ibang mga brands ay they're starting to venture into apps and online shopping, inline site para they can directly communicate to their customers. Kasi ang malls ngayon, usually ginagamit na lang experiential. Pero for me, malls pa rin is it's a comfort zone for me kasi I was able to touch, to wear the clothes. But now, because of pandemic, talagang sobrang hit ang online shopping right now. Next. How to start business. So, hindi ko nalagay yung online. When I said how to start a business, whether it's traditional or online or digital. How to start a business, of course, identify whether it's traditional or online. Whether gusto mo ba you have a physical store or you want to do it digital. When I said digital, as I mentioned, is it online? You're just going to interact through online, through like this, or gusto mo you have a physical store where you can really meet and greet your customers. Of course, register your business. Napaka-importante you register your business. When I said register your business, DTI, napaka-importante na yung pangalan na gagamitin mo ay naka-register sa DTI. I think it's just 600 or 600 to 1,200 or 2,000 pesos lang ang pag-register. And meron silang binibigay na mga specific na mga requirements na pwede mong tapusin within 2 days or 3 days or even 1 day if you have all the requirements. Of course, Register with BIR kasi dun ka kuha ng mga receipt, or if kailangan, or if you really want to go big, of course, you have to register with BIR. And open a business bank account. When I said open a business bank account, maaari na wag mong gamitin yung account mo para mas safe ka, mas secured, at hindi ka makilala kung sino, kung nagkaroon man ng problema. Kasi lalo na ngayon, maraming online libel, maraming mga cyber libel na pwede kang basta na lang, when you have when you have a online business, you don't need to expose yourself. You can just have an admin, or you have a nickname. Don't expose yourself kung hindi pa ganun kalaki or hindi pa ganun ka-establish yung credibility, kasi maraming mga scammers or joy reservers na sinasabi nila na pwedeng mapahamak yung personalidad mo. Bookkeeping and tracking of money, of course, you should have whether it's in Excel, whether it's in a notebook, na you can track, you have to record as much as possible. Wag lang gumamit ng cellphone. Mas maganda kung may sarili kang phone para natatrack mo kung ano nangyayari, kung sino or what, para nalalaman mo kung magkano kinikita mo talaga. Create a business email. Napaka-importante na meron kang business email. Mas maganda sana kung it's connected to your business. Let's say, Christine@gmail.com. Ganyan. Kailangan meron kang sariling business email. Content and marketing plan. Of course, you have to know the content, or your kung ano ba yung gusto mong mangyari sa business mo, kung ano bang gusto mong concept, or what message you want people, what platform, that people will, to identify you as a business entrepreneur. Marketing plan, kailangan may marketing plan ka kung paano mo siya ilo-launch, kung paano ba to, ano yung packaging mo, ano yung approach mo, kung saan mo ba ilalagay ng mga websites, kung saan pwede ka matulungan, tulad ng Boost Manila. Build the website. This is not just for social media or Facebook. When I said build the website, ito yung parang informative lang about your website, where they can email you, kasi mostly pag may kausap tayo, napaka-importante, you have a calling card, and di naman sila pwedeng iba kasi hindi naman nag-Facebook, yung iba naman hindi naman walang Instagram, so mas maganda siguro meron kang informative website kung saan nandun yung kung paano nagsimula, kung ano yung concept kung ano yung content ng business mo, para kahit yung mga matatanda or different age, makakapag-communicate sa'yo directly. Also, of course, launch, ito na yon. So, lahat na okay mo na lahat to, hindi pa ito maglo-launch, kailangan ito muna, tapusin mo muna itong basic steps to start the business, and that's how you're going to launch. Whether using social media, Facebook, meron tayong mga ginagamit na merong mga advertising na ina-offer advertising fee ina-offer si Facebook, where where Facebook can help you, and also some e-commerce like Boost Manila that can help you to do marketing. Kasi kahit ano pang ganda ng negosyo mo, kung wala nakakaalam at hindi nila maintindihan yung concept, so hindi mo rin it will be just short term. So yon. That's it. Next, please. Okay, so these are the top business product ideas that we have right now. So it's very obvious. For lahat, going in face mask, whether it's K95, for sure kayo, nag-agent din kayo sa mga ganyan. Face mask, meron ding hand sanitizer, which is there are a lot of ways how to make hand sanitizer ngayon with fragrance or just normal. We have candles and fresheners, which is everything is all for pandemic, designed for home. As you notice, lahat gusto, lahat tayo work from home lang, at lahat tayo nasa bahay lang, so para Zoom lagi, so kailangan maganda rin naman yung background ng bahay natin, or we feel at ease, we feel comfortable. So there are a lot of design, mga furnitures or mga designs na pwede rin nating mabenta na I think magiging eyeing sa mga customers. Next.
Actually, Denise, may interrupt lang, no? Magandang idea yung design for home. maganda, since you suggested nga, tama ka, no? Since most of us are actually nasa bahay lang, tapos makikita mo yung bawat sulok at bawat kanto ng bahay mo. Madaling makita kung ano yung mga gusto mong palitan. So, this is like a very good business idea. Akala ko kasi, since it's pandemic, kung ano lang yung face mask, hand sanitizer, tama ka, since nga nasa bahay ka rin, kahit yung mga candles and air fresheners. Kasi since most of the time nasa bahay lang tayo, maganda na you also mentioned about beautifying and designing their homes. That's a very good idea. Ayan, next slide.
So how to develop your product? Pag sinabi na ng online business, hindi tayo nagiging specific. We have to be specific in what product are we going to develop. Is it physical product? Kung physical product, ito yung sinasabi ko, whether it's a face mask, whether it's a furniture, something that you can touch, something that you can see. So physical product, you have to do the product, kung ano ba talaga yung product na gusto mong gawin. Whether it's tawag dito, kung anong purpose ng physical product na gusto mo. Or next, we have also digital product. When it's a digital product, ito yung mga online course like this, that what we're doing. In fairness, may mga ibang mga online course, whether they teach people to, do writing, speaking. It doesn't necessarily na kailangan physical product. Pwede rin naman digital product wherein you teach people kung ano yung example. You're a health practitioner. You want people to learn about aesthetic. You want people to learn about skin. People learn how to, or a lawyer. You want people to learn how to write simple contracts. So you can do digital product, But of course, how you do it, kailangan you have to film the course para magkaroon ng idea yung mga tao kung ano yung pag-aaralan nila. At maraming sobrang webinar na hindi naman nakakatulong sa araw-araw or sa buhay. So you have to be very specific kung ano yung gusto mo talagang matutunan. Hindi lang basta always sign up and register. Lesson for the course, kailangan, if you have the digital product, be bold to your customers, to your target market, kung ano ba talaga yung makuha nila, ano ba yung gusto nila. Don't be just too mysterious. Kasi when you're too mysterious, ang tendency, hindi mo alam kung talagang ilan ng mga manonood or hindi manonood. So you have to be bold with what exactly gusto mong malaman ng mga tao. Service-based product, of course, we have service packages, may mga ibang mga shipping, pwede mong gawin like a packaging, diba? Or let's say services like yung mga nanglilinis sa mga bahay, office. So there are a lot of online business that you can do. Just identify with this physical, digital, or service-based product or service product. Of course, you have to grow your team. Siyempre, hindi mo naman kayang gawin na ikaw na nga yung marketing, ikaw na nga yung, ikaw na lahat. So, hindi mo na alam. So, ang tendency, pag naka-encounter ka ng masungit na customer, so mangyayari, maiinit ng ulo mo, tapos magagalit ka. So you have to have a team, whether it's 2 or 3, someone who operates on the digital marketing, someone who can, operate the sales or the stocks, tapos siya na mag-shipping. Pwede naman ang kaibigan, magsimula ka sa kaibigan mo or magsimula ka sa mga kamag-anak mo para meron kayong tiwala sa isa't isa. Kasi in order to serve more customer, hindi mo kakayanin mag-isa. Especially if you're going to start from scratch, yung sinabi ko, designing from home, you have to have a team that will help you. You have to understand that things make time. So, super excited mo, and minsan frustrate ka, you also have to understand that things make time, okay? Especially when you register, when you get your DTI, when you make a website, when you look for people who will help you to do these things, when you do research, when your Wi-Fi is not that fast. So, these are things you have to be patient. So, yon. Next, please. Food business, of course, this is the most in demand, especially lahat ng mga chef, cook, or mga hotel restaurant owners who venturing into online business, whether it's an everyday, whether it's a retail, yung pwede lang nilang i-order sa online or yung magde-deliver na araw-araw sa bahay mo. This is just a basic knowledge for food business, no? Let's say raw materials, you have to list down what are the food or the menu that you like, and what are the materials or the ingredients that are possible. Make sure it's cheap para natatrack mo kung magkano talaga ang kikita ang gastos, operational cost. When I said operational cost, of course, yung kung gaano kadami yung mga what's this, yung what do you call this, yung let's say you're going to make a cake, and then usually pag mga ganyan mga ingredients, it's either may mga cake kasi na pa isa-isa lang na maliliit, meron ding malakihan. So may mga kasi mga may mga bagay na hindi natin nakikita, like yung kuryente, yung oven, yung gas, which is unseen. So you have to know the operational cost, yung overhead cost, kung tawag dito, kung ilang hours mo ba siyang gagamit or gagawin, stuff like that, yung labor income, kung let's say in one cake, umabot ka ng, let's say in one cake, kumita ka ng, let's say 300 yung cake, binenta mo ng 1,000. So let's say 300, nag times 3 ka doon, 3, 6, 9, 12, nag 1,200 ka. Tapos pero ginawa mo siya ng 5 hours. So pumapatak na how much is your salary if you're doing it alone by, yung labor income mo as an online entrepreneur, which is you're just doing it at home. Mass production. So mas mura yung mass production. We have yung mga puto, kutsinta, or anything na mga desserts, or any mga food na pwedeng isahan na lang, or isang prito na lang. So, these are the things that you have to calculate and evaluate. But usually, pag food business kasi, it's usually times 3. So, but there are unseen operational costs na hindi mo nakikita that you also have to consider somehow. So, yun. Next, please. Business principles. So there are types of, this is my principle that I want to share. Are you doing that business to survive? Meaning, that enough money, let's say, that 10,000 kikita ka na in 1 month, is it enough for you to survive or to thrive? Which meant by this is, the principle of to survive and to thrive, dalawa kasi ang negosyante. Merong gustong negosyante, she wanted to be successful in a way na success is really, it's a self-explanatory. Okay? When you said self-explanatory, there are 2 kinds of successful mindset. Is it successful in a way na nagawa niyo yung negosyo na yon at nakakakain siya ng 3 times a day sa isang araw, na babayaran niya yung mga bills niya, he survived. Okay, so that's to survive. Which is, he's successful kasi nakagawa niya ng maayos yung negosyo niya. And there's nothing wrong with that. When you said to thrive, or you want to be successful in a way, you wanted to expand more, you want to put ambition on it, you want to put franchise, you also want to help other people. Kung dati tatlong beses ka lang kumakain, ngayon 5 beses ka lang kumakain. So it's to thrive. So it depends on what is success to you. But whatever it is, success, it depends on how you able to manage your business in a right way, na wala kang dinadayang tao, wala kang you have a purpose with that business, not just money making, but of course it's money making, but not just money making, but also helping other people, helping the economy, learning. It's very important when you do business, you learn. You don't blame yourself if you fail. It's okay if people try to bash you because may mali kang ginawa, or may mali kang nagawang negosyo, or hindi mo na send ng tama sa tamang oras yung negosyo mo. It's okay. It's not counted, because business is a process to learn, and success doesn't only comes overnight. There are people na will help you you have to put yourself with people who will help
It's
you.
11 o'clock.
So it's very important that you really have to learn your people around you that will help you and make you successful in your own right. Yun.
All
Okay?
right, I think that's the end of our slide,
Yes,
Denise. Maraming salamat, no?
thank
Sobrang
you.
ano yun, sobrang para tayong nag-take ng business course dun sa snippet na binigay mo from inception kung paano mag-set up ng business, nagbigay ka ng mga tips kanina, no? And also kung paano i-run successfully in business, nagbigay ka rin ng mga business ideas. Maraming salamat sa presentation na ginawa mo, and thank you for taking your time to create that presentation. And before we continue with our discussion, Denise, let me just acknowledge lang, merong nag-comment lang from Facebook, no, si Maria Alma Galupo. Napakaganda daw ng topic mo for today. So,
Oh,
nagpapasalamat sa'yo. Ayan,
thank you.
so hello kay Maria Alma Galupo sa mga nasa Facebook. Kamusta kayo dyan? Si Charmaine Drayli, si Joden Shelo Brojas, si Jasmine Joy Mijares, si Chloe Fabro, si Jenilyn Monte Alegro Copioso, si Judy Ann Miranda, si Emily Gilbert, si Balasubas Manlalaro, wow, ang ganda ng kanyang name. Si Jasmine Joy Mijares, si Tita Evelyn D, Katrina Mirales, Jenna Licord, Emilio Lopez, Lynn Guarino Baris, Bernard Beltran, na pinusuan nila yung inyong mga topic. Good morning din kay John Ray Bandiola, and ayan. So, ang ating mga viewers from Facebook. Guys, if you have questions or meron pa kayong mga tanong kay Denise, just put them lang sa comment box sa Zoom or sa Facebook. Dahil maraming mga experience to si Denise na kukulangan lang tayo na sa oras kaya hindi niya pa na-explain yung ibang mga experiences niya. But definitely she will be able to answer some of your questions, especially when it comes to online entrepreneurship. Ayan. Sige, maghintay-hintay lang tayo sa kanila, Denise. Medyo mahiyaan sila magtanong minsan.
Okay lang.
Alright. So sige.
I forgot to.
Okay.
This is I'm going to be launched. I'm just in the market testing. It's organic camu camu. Camu camu is from Brazil and Peru, and the same time, kasi naaral ko na yung mga ibang mga ascorbic acid natin. It destroys our liver.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking about artificial. So I did my research. Mas mataas na vitamin C na fruit coming from Brazil. So we bring it here and we're having our market testing. Yun yung sinabi kong vitamin C.
So, Denise, if correct me if I'm wrong, so this would be your own line ng product.
Yeah.
Demi-C, no?
Yes, and then I'm coming up with the coffee. So it's called Beauty and Brain Coffee. So it's also for women. So hopefully, probably next year, we're going to launch it.
Wow.
So
sige.
anything that lies with women.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also of course men, especially the men really supports women to be successful in their own right. So it's a community.
In line with this comment, no, sabi ni Jasmine Joy Mijares, I hope may another episode with Denise. Definitely, since na-mention niya about yung mga line of products na yung Demi-C, the vitamin C, and also her coffee. Of course, Boost Manila will be a good venue for Denise to share with us pala, yung mga updates na sa product. So, Denise, sure yan, invite ka namin ulit para mag-invite ng mga products mo.
Thank you.
Alright, sige. Ayan, so maghintay lang tayo. Additional question, guys, if you have questions or if you have girl power daw. So yung mga fans mo for women empowerment. And since we're talking about women empowerment, this is also a good time for you to share yung mga advocacies mo. So I think it's a good platform. Especially marami tayong estudyante, mga kababaihan na nanonood. So can you give us a few more details about your advocacies?
I'm an advocate of women's rights, especially right now that during this pandemic, there are a lot of women who have no voice to speak out. Kasi daming, especially lockdown at walang masumbungan. We founded Association of Women's Rights Advocate, which is you can share your story, you can help we can help you mentally, spiritually, and also to connect you with the authority that can help you. At the same time, yung campaign that we're having right now is a black and white face mask.
Mhm.
It represents women who survive, who's surviving, and also supporting women empowerment. Men can also be part of this white and black face mask. So it has onion strip sa loob. Meron technology po ako nilagay doon, nagre-reduce ng depression, ng
Wow.
anxiety, not just antibacterial. So yun po yung aking campaign na hopefully I also going to speak for ASEAN this coming November 25. So it's going to be in Southeast Asia, and they're going to support the black and white face mask. It started nung nag-send naging trending yung black and white picture ng mga kababaihan, and I find it very mysterious. So sabi ko, hindi naman pwedeng puro ano lang tayo, puro pictures and walang movement, walang action. So I started by myself. I professionally tailored it with black and white. So yun po. Yun po ang ating mga pinagkakabalahan sa women empowerment. And it's very nice, no? We just don't empower women spiritually in not only not just mentally but also economically, because women are good marketers, and especially in sales and creative and more innovative. So I think women can have a bigger role kung talagang mabibigyan sila ng opportunity at ng chance. Especially, nababawasan kasi pag nag-asawa na or nagkaroon na ng family, or let's say, maraming mga responsibilidad, nawawala yung kanilang ambition or nawawala yung goal nila when they were young. So, don't think about that. Even whatever, kung ano man ang edad mo or age mo, walang dapat pumigil sa'yo. Lalo na ngayon na you already have an idea of online business. You can express your passion. You can express what you want through this. And by the help of Boost Manila, they can help you. There are a lot of people that will help you to communicate and to market your product and to believe in you. That's most important, is believe in yourself so that people will believe in you. So that I think that is the best quote that we can give to women who thinks na hindi nila kaya. So believe in yourself, and Boost Manila will also believe in you.
Wow. And thank you. Dapat sasabihin mo. Di ba? Hindi mo na-mention pala natin sa introduction mo kanina, no? You were also parang naging beauty queen ka, no? More on the environmental, tama ba yan?
No, it's not. Hindi po ako beauty queen. Time na po yon ay binigyan po ako ng, it's a God's given purpose. So, yung Earth Saver na yon, kasi I'm not environmentalist myself, hindi po talaga ako sa environment, pero nagkaroon ako ng, ng time na parang, nagkaroon ako ng, ng calling for people, for a certain time wherein binigyan ako ng title na Miss Earth Saver. So this Earth Saver is not a pageant.
Okay.
So they give me a title because I've been voluntarily helping Department of Environment and Natural Resources since 2017. So I've been a volunteer and a delegate. So ayun. And I see the purpose and the calling from God. And nag-start ako ng movement, at ngayon ay pinag-aaralan ko yung waste management po natin, lalo na ngayon sa medical waste management. Ang dami nating na itatapon mga face shield at face mask, kung ano yung pwede natin gawin. And I'm preparing for an article kung paano ba natin to mare-recycle, or paano natin mawawala. Paano natin mare-recycle itong mga magiging problem natin in the future, because wala namang pumapansin ngayon dahil we only think about the vaccine, but hopefully soon we'll also manage to make a solution for this. So yun po.
Ayan, sige, isa yan sa mga advocacies ni Denise. Denise, since we mentioned about the environment, meron na actually tayong question from Facebook. Parang nagkaroon ka ba ng challenge when you were coming up with an eco-friendly product? Like you mentioned, yung vitamins nga. and yung coffee and also the face mask. Ano yung naging challenge mo? Kasi usually, di ba, ang notion natin, pag medyo earth-friendly, eco-friendly, medyo mahal at hindi masyadong pinapatos ng ng market. So ikaw, ano ba yung mga naging challenges mo when you were choosing and setting up these businesses?
So guys, start when you said environment, hindi lang naman yung trees eh.
Mm-hmm.
Soil and the waste. You have also to consider mga animals.
Mm-hmm.
And during the time, it's called Diamond Closet. No, I have designed a bag. It's technology bag kasi medyo innovative talaga ako. But it's made of real animal skin. And I have to consider those things because it's not environmental friendly at marami kang matatamaan ng mga animal advocate. So we're thinking the alternative from that. I think the challenges also are mga iba, they don't really take it seriously. So, like for example, merong mga, like sa vitamins, yung mga capsules na make sure na it's eco-friendly, hindi masyado or madaling makapag-produce ng what's this, or recycled plastic, stuff like that. Or yung mga bottles, mga ganon. So, yun yung mga reduction na eco-friendly na pwedeng ma-apply when it comes to business. So, wala namang masyadong natatamaan yung mga ideas when it comes to environment. Kasi I forgot, before you make a business, make sure kung nakakapahamak ba to sa environment, because if it is, so better think an alternative kasi baka magkaroon tayo ng consequence in the future. So, yun lang.
Okay. Sige. Ayun, meron pa tayo another question. Ako, personally, na-experience ko to, but not necessarily being a buyer, a seller, but more on a buyer. Have you experienced na magkaroon yung mga bogus na buyer? Kunyari, magme-message sa'yo, kunyari, bibili o order, tapos it ended up na naglolo ko lang pa talaga sila, parang ganon. Have you experienced that? At saka ano exactly yung ginawa mo kung na-experience mo yan?
When you said online business, marami na nga, di ba lagi ko na-mention, may mga scammer, may mga joy server, may mga bogus. Hindi talaga mawawala yan. But the first thing that you have to do is to make an email or wag kang magpapakilala para talagang kung sino man, automated, no? Yung reply doon sa, syempre, pag walang send ng payment, walang possible na shipping na mangyayari. So, of course, bago ka mo replyan, tingnan mo muna if it's really legit, or minsan nagkakaroon ka ng judgment kung totoo ba to or what. So, minsan mas maganda pag automated para or you hire a staff or a secretary na lahat ng pressure at high blood and stress na lang lahat ng magre-respond. So, I think yun yung mga pwedeng preventions na pwede mong gawin to have a longer patience. I've experienced a lot. Like, for example, hindi lang sa buyer, let's say sa supplier din. Kasi mga ibang suppliers, magpa-promise sila na meron, tapos wala pala. Sobrang excited mo. So, nasabi mo na dun sa buyer, tapos nagpadala na ng pera, tapos si supplier, wala naman pala. So, I think you can consider also that's a scam because at the first place, kasi when you promise and then hindi mo naman napadala sa'yo, masisira ka, tapos mag-aaway and stuff. So, you have to do double check. Kailangan may mga agreement yan. Kailangan talaga, kung maganda, puntahan mo sa office, puntahan mo, tingnan mo, i-double check mo lahat ng mga papers, tingnan mo kung talagang you cannot judge a supplier or a customer kung meron siya nagawang mga hindi nagkaintindihan from before. Wag niyo i-judge yun, wag niyo i-drag yung kanilang mga situation na nangyari before. Unless you experience it or unless you did your own investigation, that's the time that you can seek for any legal advice when it comes to ganyan. Marami na tayong cyber libel, marami na tayong online libel, meron tayong blocking. So, meron din tayo, iwas-iwas lang din sa post kasi normal lang naman mag-joy reserver kasi pag joy reserver ka, minsan malay mo yung tao na yun, hindi pala niya gusto talagang bilhin or baka naman nagamit ng anak or ng pamangkin na bata, hindi na pala siya yung gumagawa. So, you also have to double check. Like, you have to ask, let's say, kung hindi na nag-respond, tapos biglang nagalit ka, tapos pinost mo, hindi mo naman alam, you have to ask again, double ask again if she will get or he will get the product properly. And if there's no confirm, then exactly wala talaga. So you just have to block it. Unless may ginawa talagang situation na talagang kinuha yung pera sa'yo and then ganito. So yun.
Yan, maraming salamat. So it seems na hindi ka pa naka-experience. That's actually very good and very good din na yung shinare mo yung mga tips. Kasi ako personally, na-scam na ako ng medyo maraming beses na. So, yun, it's a good tip na check yung credibility rin nung binibilihan mo, 'di ba? Kasi it's actually both parties, no, yung kung ikaw yung buyer at ikaw yung seller. Minsan, pag ikaw yung nagbebenta, make sure na totoo ba talaga, legit ba talaga itong bibili sa'yo? Kasi minsan may mga cash on delivery, especially now, di ba? That's an available option. So minsan, shinip out mo na, tapos bigla mong malalaman, hindi pala totoo. So make sure nga na i-check yung veracity ng data, ng kanyang mga contact details, and saka yung pwede na rin naman natin i-check sa Facebook Kung halimbawa dun sa picture niya, panay parang medyo fake yung mga pictures na nakalagay, then definitely, para it poses a question, red flag na yan, di ba? Ako yung experience ko na, share ko lang, Denise, no, meron din naman ako na pinurchase before, parang ano lang naman, parang stove oven ba yun? Yung parang, basta oven na nilalagay sa stove. So I tried that, na parang nakapagbigay na ako ng payment even without the delivery. So at some point, hindi ko na siya na-contact, sa messenger lang kami nag-contact, alam mo yun. Tapos yung number, hindi na rin reachable. So, mukhang na ano ako, na bogus ako doon, na scam ako ng ano. So yun, make sure na importante lahat ng details, check nyo yung kung accurate ba, tsaka kung totoong tao ba yan. Alright, so I think wala na tayong question, and Denise, I think we have medyo nag-extend na rin tayo sa time. So muli, Denise, I'd like to thank you and appreciate your time, making your time to share your experiences, your knowledge, and of course, your inspiration, sabi nga dito ni Joy Liesa. Maraming pong salamat. Alright, so bago tayo mag-close, Denise, I'd like to invite everyone. Ikaw pala muna, Denise, would you like to invite everyone sa iyong mga social media? Paano ka ba nila ipa-follow? Sa kanila ipa-follow sa Facebook or Instagram?
Yes, I have an every Friday article. I hope you'll listen today. I'm a contributor columnist every Friday at opinion.net. So I'm writing all about women's rights and women empowerment and women issues. You can also follow me in only Denise for now on Instagram, and also I have a public page which is not really that active, but you can also message me there, and also my personal account. It's just Denise Cornell. So far, yon. And I'll be speaking for ASEAN on November 25 about violence against women, children. What else? Yes, I'll just be posting all the upcoming webinars, and we will also have the first national Youth Summit, Akokapreneurs under UCPB, CIIF, which is going to help other students or youth to get involved in agriculture, especially the coconut industry. So yon, it will be partnered by different agencies like Philippine Coconut Authority, Department of Agriculture, Coconut Cooperative Authority, DepEd, different agencies. So yon, it's going to be in December. And hopefully next year we will have the first wax museum in the Philippines. We will be featuring 80 or 70 international icons, including Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, also Michael Jackson, Madonna. So there will be like technology and also in food restaurants inside. So it's going to be next year because it's supposed to be this year. So yon, those are the things that yun lang po. And thank you for having me, and hopefully nakatuto po kayo ng mga basic knowledge. I remember it's not the competition is not the greatest competition is not the knowledge, but not just the knowledge, but the creative thinking. Because especially right now, as an online business, marketing, digital marketing talaga, and execution and credibility ang tinitingnan ng mga tao, and how you execute your product, and be specific, and always know your resource, and be passionate with it, and take care of your credibility and your patience when it comes to dealing with your customers. So yun po.
Alright, very well said, Denise. And muli, maraming po salamat for sharing your time and expertise and knowledge to us. Thank you for gracing Boost Manila with your beauty, yeah, with your brain and your personality. Maraming salamat. But before we let you go, Denise, we will have a class picture lang. No? So I would like to
Sure.
invite our attendees over at Zoom to please show yourselves. Huwag kayong mahiya, okay? Yan, mag-video lang tayo. Please show up yourselves sa video. Ayan. Special request to ni Nico eh. Bakit kaya? Mukhang fan mo to, Denise, si Nico. Hold on, let me share. Ayan, kita na ba? Guys, mag-video on kayo. Ayan, si Dave, si Jake, si Joy. Ayan. So yung mga boys natin, mga naligo pa. Si Mike, naligo ka, Mike?
Tumakas lang ako sa coffee.
Tumakas ka lang. Jake, good morning.
Hi.
Rebecca from Twitter.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you guys for having me so much. So I would love to have a document picture with you all who supports Boost Manila, and hopefully with my upcoming affiliations when it comes to different agencies, government and government agencies, so that we can really help each other, not only in business but also with different platforms and advocacies.
All right. Thank you, Denise. All right. So on my count, 1, 2, and 3. Ayan. Isa pa. One more. Hold on. 1, 2, and 3. Ayan. Thank you very much, guys. Maraming salamat ulit, Denise, and sa ating mga attendees over at Facebook and social Zoom. Ayan, maraming salamat dyan. Thank you for another productive webinar series for Boost Manila. And guys, please see us again on Friday. I think we are showing the episode at 2 p.m. Yan, para sa request naman, para may ibang time zone naman. Especially sa mga late gumising. Ayan. So on behalf of Boost Manila, Boost Eminotech, my name is Aris Aquino, and on behalf of Jared and Anton, thank you very much, everyone, and please stay safe and enjoy your lunch. Bye, everyone. Happy weekend.
Hi.
Thank you, Ma'am Denise.
Thank
you,
you.
Sir Aris.
Yes.